Oh, I think we're live now. Yeah, we're live. This is really weird because this is our first one, isn't it? So like we've got a loose plan, but anyone watching, be kind because this is our first KOSI Kourt. We've never done it before. Um, but yeah, basically, welcome to KOSI Kourt. Court is now in session. Let me do my special sound effect. Love that. We're
Love
gonna
it.
be milking these sounds. I need
Yeah.
to find like a proper,
Gavel.
like what's that thing called the Evan Court?
Gavel.
Yeah, I need to find like some sort of side sound effect for that. But basically, well, do you want to run everyone
Yeah.
through like the premise of this because it's new, isn't it?
I thought that we were going to have a countdown before that started, but it just turned on
No,
live. So,
sorry.
hello, everyone. Brilliant. So, we came up with KOSI Kourt for anyone from the recruitment industry to send in the real life situations that they're dealing with so that we can pass judgment as a collective, and particularly myself and Kate can talk these through. We want some crowd participation. We want people in the chat commenting. We want you sending in stuff live. We're happy to freestyle this the whole way through. But we do have a couple of cases to judge today.
We do. And yeah, just chuck him. Don't wait for us to ask. Chuck him in the comments. Like, start now if you want. If you want it to remain anonymous, I don't know if you can make it anonymous on the comments, but we can bring some up on the screen as we go along as well and share them. But yeah, we've got two cases in particular that we're gonna start with in a bit.
And whilst we are getting set up to start with the first case, it'd be good to know who we've got joining us today. So if you're a supplier, if you're a consultant, if you're a manager, if you're a founder, even, and you want to start putting your staff cases,
everyone off.
Feel free to throw some stuff in there. One of the questions that we were talking about was, have you ever wanted to be brutally honest in a workplace setting, but haven't been able to do so, and you've had to bite your tongue? If you've got any examples of that, please do throw them in. And I know Kate's keeping an eye on our chat for us.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on the chat.
Interesting ones.
But let's be honest, right? If this existed, KOSI Kourt, when we were like consultants or in the agencies we worked in, we would have both been in jail 100%. So I know for a fact, I still remember this. I remember my first job, and I remember cooking fish. I microwaved fish in the office a number of times, no fucks given. I got in quite a lot of trouble for it.
Oh.
And one of the owners of the business at the time, it was his biggest bugbear. There were like signs in the office, everything. But like, if I wanted to have tuna or salmon for lunch, I was fucking cooking it. So I would have been guilty for that because people hate that. They hate it.
Fish in microwaves in public spaces, it's the worst thing ever. It's like, we get it. You're a high rocks athlete. You need your protein.
It wasn't then. This was years ago. This was like 13, 12 years ago. But I do it in my house now. Yeah. And it does smell.
Yeah.
But what would you have done to put you in prison?
I was terrible for hanging up wet towels around the office. Like, I worked in the, like, you've gone to the gym in the morning, you've had a shower, and you've got to hang the towel.
Oh no, sir, are you serious?
Used to hang them on the back of like the bar chairs and stuff like that. But everyone did it in the office. It used to annoy the girls in the office more than anything.
That's gross. Were they dirty towels then that you'd had you'd been sweaty in?
No, it's the one that I used to wash and dry my balls that we were hanging up all over the place.
That's hanging. Yes. No. That I've never heard of that before. If I walked into a client's office now and there were wet, damp smelling towels hanging everywhere, I'd be like, what the fuck is going on? I'm sorry, that is worse than mine. That is 100% worse than fish in the microwave. Oh. I better explain the guilty, not guilty stuff, actually. So when we decide, I'm going to bring up the either guilty or not guilty. But we're not going to decide until we've heard what you think. So we're going to say a case, and it will work the same every month. I'm going to say a case. We're going to ask you to put guilty or not guilty in the chat, and then we're going to give our verdict. So it's going to be interesting to see what everyone's opinions is. And you can't sit on the fence. You can't sit in the middle. It has to be guilty, not guilty. And I think it'll be difficult because sometimes there is a bit of a middle ground on these things, but we need to be black and white about this. Right, I'm going to start with my first case, and it's from Nitin Sharma, who said he doesn't care about it being anonymous or not, and it's a good one, actually. I think it's going to divide the nation. Not that we've got the nation watching.
The nation.
The nation. Look at me thinking we're big time already. Right, I'm going to read. This is a bit of a long one. I'm going to read it slow, okay? So see what you think as you go along. I actually haven't read this properly yet, by the way, so I haven't even made my full judgment on it. Okay. So Nitin says, I had a member of staff who once asked for 2 days bereavement leave because his family cat had died. The cat lived at the parents' house up north. He had moved to Coventry for uni and stuck around and had lived in Cov and away from said family cat for 4 years. So they'd had a long distance relationship, the cat, this guy. So this guy rings up Nitin in floods of tears, demanding that we honour, as in the business honour, bereavement leave because he was too distressed to come in and needed to travel back home to say his goodbyes before his dad buried the cat in the garden. I suggested annual leave would be more appropriate, and he said, no, I want bereavement leave. I don't have kids. This cat is like my baby brother. Please understand. So he gave it to him unpaid, and this said person, cat owner, kicked up a stink and tried to take Nitin to ACAS and tribunal. So needless to say, he left shortly after this debacle. So me and Shai are gonna have a little bit. We're not going to make our decision yet. We're just gonna have a bit of a chat. But chuck in the comments, guilty or not guilty. What are your thoughts around this situation?
Who are we judging here? Are we judging Nitin's decision and whether Nitin's guilty or not guilty?
Did the right thing, or did he not do the right thing? What do you think? What's your thoughts?
I mean, as a unwilling father of animals, because Cheryl adopts them all the time, I don't have a strong relationship with the animals, so I could not really care really about like them, and I don't get it. But if you've been away from them for 4 years, right, and you're saying you're feeling like emotionally distressed about it, I mean, you have to hear people's feelings, but come on, man, it's 4 years. It's a cat that lives with your parents. Like, you don't have kids. It's like a brother to me. What's the connection between those two?
You should have said, I don't have kids. It's like a son to me. You know, that makes a bit more sense. We've got some, by the way, we've got not guilty. We've got a not guilty. But to be fair, I felt I needed paternity leave when I had puppies. Yeah, I think that's fair. We've got another not guilty. Do you know what? I'm coming from a business owner's perspective on this, so maybe I'm being a bit of a cold-hearted bitch. Well, I'm going to give my verdict. So I had a dog die, right, when I was working for my old agency, and I was genuinely distraught. Like, I literally was depressed my heart was completely broken, right? But it never crossed my mind to ask for time off. Now, I remember one of my colleagues had time off because her dog died. But I don't know if it's bereavement leave. But if I'm coming, so I get the upset, right? If you're really close to your pet and they die, it's horrific. But I sort of feel like when you've got a business to run, like bereavement leave, as in a family member dying, is very different to your cat dying. So, do you know what I mean? So yeah, and Therese is agreeing with you. You didn't live with the cat for 4 years, for fuck's sake.
I'm with you,
if you cared about the cat that much, you'd have moved back.
100%.
Or taken it to Cov.
If the cat was like spending every other weekend with him, right? Like, you know, like come down, they did some co-parenting on the cat, I'd maybe get it. But bereavement leave has got to be for human beings. I'm sorry, we got to draw a line here somewhere. I think we know where we're going to land. Land with.
Yeah, well, we've got another not guilty there.
Yeah,
like I'm empathizing with the guy. Like I said, I remember I literally, I don't even know how I managed to work the day after my dog died. Like, I was beside myself. I had to go to Newcastle to a university careers fair. And I literally had cried all night. So look, I was probably scared all the students off from coming up to the. I was literally like depressed, but there was nothing crossed my mind about having time off work.
Nah.
Just got on with it.
I think the flip side, I think if I was faced in that scenario, I think I'd be hitting them with, listen, I don't know why we're arguing over whether it's got to be bereavement or annual leave. I'm saying it's annual leave. Do you want to do you want to go and bury your cat or do you not? Like, I think that's your decision to make.
Yeah, you didn't say you can't go. That's a good point, actually.
Exactly.
Nitin was like, yeah, you can have time off, and actually to do it unpaid in the end and not make him take annual leave, he hasn't lost a day's holiday. Do you know what? I would have genuinely taken that. I'd be like, I probably would have suggested, look, I'll take it unpaid, but I just want to go to the funeral in the garden.
100%.
Please.
So I think we know where we're landing here.
Are we ready?
Ready.
Hold on. So it's a not guilty. Should I play it?
Your mic goes quiet when you do the audio, by the way.
Oh, does it? Yeah. That's so annoying.
But
so you didn't hear me at all. Did you hear the gong, though?
We heard the gong.
That's the main thing. That's the main thing. Okay,
nice.
So that's a not guilty.
Thanks, Nitin.
Yeah, thanks, Nitin. That was a bloody good one. So yeah, that was really good. I knew it'd be good when he sent it through, and I thought, you know what, I'm not going to read this properly because I want to actually make a judgment on it on the day and not like overthink it. I've got another one. This happened today to one of my clients this morning, right? So he texted me this morning. You know this client. Where is it? So this is right. So I'll tell you the situation. So he's had a labourer or someone ring in the office and say, oh, I'm interested in that job you've texted me about. And he's like, what job? I haven't sent any texts out today. What the fuck's going on? So the guy's like, yeah, you have. I've had a message from you. So he's like, do me a favour, send me the screenshot, because unless I've accidentally because sometimes he sends auto messages out. So he's thinking, is there a glitch in my system or something? So this guy sent it all through. And this person is naming the project, the rate, the duration, what the guy will be doing, the location. At the bottom, names said agency, to like give them a ring, and this is what we're recruiting for. And he's like, but that ain't me. I haven't sent that text, not my number. So he's rang the number and tried to find out who it is, but he keeps getting hung up on. So it's obviously someone who knows who he is. So there's obviously an agency or a recruiter out there trying to pretend to be said other agency because they've got a good rep, they're well known, to get candidates. What do we all think about this? This isn't the 1980s. Like, I was reading this morning, I was like, is this actually still fucking happening here?
So are we saying here that there is a competitor recruitment agency / consultant / founder spoofing the image or the persona of your client, who we know, I think I know who it is. So they're spoofing him so that people book in. But matey, the candidate, the labourer, rather than ringing the number he got a text from, has rang
because he knows him.
Because he knows him, going, hello mate, yeah, I'm up for a job. What? That is
so I mean, I think this is a fairly easy one to say. You know, we're talking about in terms of the guilty or not guilty verdict, we're talking about said person who's trying to replicate this other agency, not my client. But like, it's like, is this actually still happening? Like, what my opinion is, if you've got to stoop to those levels to get candidates, if it's even a real job, you know, fucking hang up your boots now, mate, and close your business, or to the consultant, leave the industry. Because if you're that shit and that's what you've got to do, sorry.
But the client who I also know, he's so unique in how he sounds and how he speaks, right? Unless, like, you would never be able to replicate him. So once the candidates ring back the number, they'll just say, that's not you. Who is that I'm speaking to?
Also, he's very well known. So it's not like he's like a small new business that maybe people wouldn't know.
Yeah.
People know him.
Yeah. That is terrible.
Put your verdict in, guys. What are your comments? What are your thoughts? Chuck it in the comments. But I know it's a fairly easy one, but I had to bring that to their court this morning.
I mean,
because that is
horrifically guilty of guilty of fraud, guilty of impersonating another human being. There's so much wrong. I mean, that's actually guilty. There's actually like legal.
This actually could be taken to court. So yeah, Therese agrees, guilty, doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense to me. And I'm thinking like that, I mean, I'd be trying to take that further. Find out who it is, because that's fraudulent activity.
Yeah, I mean, there's those dark scams going on at the moment where people are pretending to be recruiters and then charging them for work finding services, getting your bank details. So, knowing your client, I might text him afterwards and say he should call the local police station and not sending it into KOSI Kourt. I think this needs some police attention.
Well, he didn't actually say can send it into KOSI Kourt. I was like, I'm bringing it to KOSI. He won't care. He'll be loving it. He won't be watching, but he might watch it later, but he'll be loving it. But yeah, he was just, I mean, he's taken it as a compliment that people are so obsessed with him that they're trying to copy him. But I mean, what is this coming to?
Yeah, tell us in the comments if you've got any other weird and wonderful scam things like that happening, because the more we share it, the better. And who thought?
It could be a bot.
Do
you think it could be a bot? Or no, actually, a real person answered the phone, so it's not going to be a bot.
I think the thing is though, and I never thought KOSI Kourt would turn into the public information channel for people, but it is good to share these things so everyone's aware of some of the scams that go on out there. Oh, brilliant. Well, I mean, that competitor is guilty on so many levels.
I think we've reached the verdict on that one. I'm going to not speak so I can do the gong.
We're going to have to get the Akon music for Locked Up. Yeah.
Huh?
We're gonna have to get the Akon music for Locked Up and get that.
Yeah, you can load sounds, so I will work out how to do it. I only discovered them this morning, so I was I'm just using what I got. Right, I'm looking at the chat. I haven't seen anyone submit their own yet. This now open court now, so we have got. I know, Si, you've got something you can fill a gap with if we need to, but don't be afraid. Like, bring anything, chuck it in the comments, and we will talk about it. But while we're waiting for people to submit, Si, you said you had something happen recently, didn't you?
Yes, this is a good one. This is a good one. This is at an agency that I used to work at, which limits it to about 4 agencies. So I maybe shouldn't have said that. But anyway, so here's the story. Here's the case. A legacy historic client of the agency has emailed in a request to re-engage with some contractors, and the email has been routed through to a manager or a team lead at this agency who's not worked it, not qualified it, not done anything on it, just passed it down to the specialist consultant in that space. I think it's one of the people they wanted to re-engage was available. So super easy, right? Call them up. Are you up for it? Do you want to go back? Nice and easy, done. But they needed more people. The others weren't available. So they had to do some recruitment on it, go source it, work the network, etc. Found the people to fill the roles. I think it was 3 or 4 roles. I can't remember exactly. Found the people to fill the roles, filled the roles now. So they've got the 1 gimme pass through, re-engagement 1 gone through. And then they've got the 3 that they've had to recruit. The manager, team lead, who got the email come through and forwarded it on straight to the consultant, is having a skim on the deal, saying that they should have a split on the deal. And I think they wanted 50-50, but said, I'm happy to take 25. For forwarding the email on and the other person doing the recruitment. I don't know, like, tell us what you think.
Tell us what you think, but I know what I think. I mean,
manager guilty of being greedy. I think that's the crime we're charging.
This is the perfect example of people being put into management roles that are not ready for management, because when you go into management, you've got to not be so selfish. You have to be about your team succeeding as well as you, and keeping them motivated and engaged. And if he'd have got stuck in with them, right, and done a fair chunk of work, fair enough. But to forward an email, I think it's like, fucking hell, those consultants have worked their arse off, and they probably have less of a basic salary than the manager. I think, like, just let them have it. Like,
you would just let them have it. Plus, also, the consultant's ability to fill the role. I mean, I worked contracts, right? You have to keep your network fresh, right? So it's not like you're speaking to these people with no end game, no revenue, nothing attached to it all week long, all month long, all quarter long for those moments to happen so that you can go and fill the roles quickly. And matey manager has just gone, yeah, I'll have a little bit of a skim on that.
Nah, not, and to ask for 50-50.
50-50. 50-50 was what floored me.
If my manager said 50-50, I'd say, you can suck my dick. You are not having 50-50, mate. You can't even have 25. I'll give you 2% if you're lucky.
Oh,
no chance.
No chance.
No, I don't agree with. Especially, I bet there was some newbies in that. Was there, or were they all pretty experienced?
Do you know what? No, I think the consultant's been there a little while, but the manager new. I think he might be new into his management tenure. But like you say, right, when you move from management through to bloody when you move from individual contributing to management, you do have to change your mindset on these things. For me, if I was the business owner, if I was the agency owner, if I was their ops director, COO, I'd be like, well, listen, the pass-through is the pass-through, right? And you guys are both dealing with it. So let's just carve that up. Let's just go, fine. No one's had to do anything on that. We'll carve that up. Everyone's happy a little bit. But on the roles where the work's had to happen, I'd probably say, let's have a 25% skim to the business, not to house. And then you guys can carve up the rest, or give the 75 to the delivery person who's filled it. But yeah, in my opinion, that is, the manager is 100% guilty of greed.
Therese agrees.
Therese agrees.
Oh, sorry. No, she said definitely guilty, as in she wouldn't share.
No,
I think she's saying the manager is guilty.
The rhyming was the best thing that you did there. You went, Therese agrees.
Does that rhyme?
Therese agrees.
Oh, yeah, I suppose it does. Right, day off today. I'm not even switched on, right? I was going to add to that as well. If the manager had done the BD, so say this was a fresh client, not a legacy, and then he'd passed it down, that is different. Then I would be like, I'm having a bit of that, but not just forwarding an email. Do you know what I mean?
No chance.
So I think that's pretty much guilty.
Yeah.
We're going with guilty?
Guilty all day long, 100%.
Right, let me do the gong. I can't speak for a second. Does it work?
It did, yeah. A bit quieter than normal, but it worked.
It's come in the chat. Do you want to bring it up? Do you want to read it out? I think it's in 2 parts, though.
Yeah, I think there might be a character limit. Right, I'll read it out. Once I was asked to edit somebody's upper arm on a photo because it looked chunky, but because of the angle, we couldn't, as it would have been too obvious. We just had to say, sorry, you're stuck with your natural arm, in a nice way, but should we have edited it?
Oh, so is this the client that's asked for it to be edited?
Yeah, I think Branded by Aquila are a marketing agency, aren't they? So they must have been it must have been a client asking to have it edited. But should we have edited it? Oh God, I don't know.
Right, let me read this out again, because I need to get my head around it. Oh, let me take the guilty off. Okay, so it's Jade, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's Jade.
Oh, sorry, she might not have wanted me to say. But it's a business name's on there, so it's fine. Once I was asked to edit somebody's upper arm on a photo because it looked chunky, but because of the angle we couldn't, as it would have been too obvious. So we just had to say, sorry, you're stuck with your natural arm, in a nice way. Oh, so they've asked her, can you make my arm look? Ooh, this is really tricky.
Customers always right. Clients always right. It kind of is where my head originally goes to. I think you got to try and make it happen. But if it's not physically doable or digitally doable, then what more can you do? And if you've been nice about it, then I think you've been all right. I think I'm going to go with you are not guilty on this one because you couldn't do it because of the angle. I don't think it was in your control. I get why someone might ask for something like that to happen. The request isn't ridiculous. The reason for saying no or not doing it isn't ridiculous either. So I think you can sleep well at night.
Also, the client asked you to do it. It'd be different if the business was like, "Oh, that can you edit that person's arm because it looks too cheeky."
Yeah.
Whereas if it was the person like me saying, "Oh, can you edit my arm because I don't like it?" But yeah, I think if it would have looked weird and you didn't do it, I get it. Like it's your business. You want your work to be good anyway. You wouldn't want it to be edited and look shit and weird, and then people pick up on it.
Yeah, exactly. You wouldn't want the
But I
final
just think
answer.
people shouldn't. I mean, personally, I just think embrace what you actually look like and put it out there so people know it's actually you. Because if you met them in real life anyway, and you had like a chunky arm, and then in the photo it was like a stick, and then they met up and they were like, those arms don't look what I saw in that picture. Not that people probably would, but do you know what I mean? I'm overthinking it way too much.
But you should just embrace your natural body as
embrace your natural body.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think not guilty. Yeah, I think not guilty. Like you were asked to do it by the client, and B, you couldn't do it anyway because it wouldn't have worked.
Yeah. Sleep well, branded by Aquila. You're fine.
Well, there we go. We didn't want to draw attention to something that wasn't needed. The arm was normal, and that's the other thing. Like, people being. Yeah, I think some people have like that dysmorphia about what they actually look like.
Yeah.
When your arm looks completely normal, so it's absolutely fine. But I get that might be a tricky situation to deal with in your business.
Yeah, awkward because you want to please the client, right?
Exactly.
I can actually see lots of cases coming into my WhatsApp. So obviously, people that don't want to be named, but I need to flesh them out.
So these are anonymous.
These will be anonymous ones. I don't know if we're going to be able to do them today though, because I'm going to have to read them. Listen, there's voice notes I can see as well. So I need to.
Some of these will be for next month.
Yeah, I think they'll have to be for next month. But it's clear that there's cases to be heard. But what's also clear is no one wants to talk about it in the chat. So we'll have to do them anonymous.
I get it though. Some of these things people want to be anonymous. So we'll share how you can share them with us for next episode at the end. But yeah, go for it.
Yeah. So should I tell you about the structure of this then moving forwards?
No, you don't want to share one. I thought you were going to share one now.
No, I can't read them now. I need to review them. Yeah, I need to review them.
They're long.
Some of them look long. Some of them are like they just need reviewing. I can't freestyle it that much. I don't think.
Okay. I really know now. It's like when people like tag themselves in hospital and go, yeah, no. And it's like, what's wrong? DM me, hun. And I'm like, I need to know.
Yeah.
What's wrong?
But this is our first run of it. This is going to be our monthly installment of KOSI Kourt. And I'm glad that we had a few cases to try today with you guys. Obviously, big thanks to Therese Agrees for taking part.
Yeah, Therese agrees. She's an avid watcher of KOSI, actually. She's a big fan.
Yeah, nice. I can't see who's here or not, but thanks obviously for tuning in. But yeah, it's obviously clear that you know how to get your stories to us because I've got some in my WhatsApp already. But you can WhatsApp us directly. You can DM us on LinkedIn. We have a KOSI email address that we can also share with you guys to get your bits and pieces in. All of the social channel DMs are open. You just let us know if it's for KOSI Kourt or if you want us to talk about it on KOSI, the podcast, the KOSI, the show.
I would say for KOSI Show, any LinkedIn post you see that you think this needs to be torn to pieces or celebrated, any stories, really funny, ridiculous stories, KOSI, as in the main show. Anything that you want a judgment on, like, right, I think this is shady as fuck, but what do they think? Or what does everyone think? Or I think this is right or wrong or all that thing. Then, send it. That would be for KOSI Kourt 100%, I would say.
Yeah, nice. I'll also share next month how the commission split or deal split ended up being because I've got a WhatsApp saying the consultants watch it. So
oh, cool. Yeah, share that next time. But I think so. We've had we had Nitin was not guilty.
Yeah.
We had the guilty, the consultant that is the business pretending to be another business, obviously guilty. Third one, editing the photo, not guilty.
Yeah, and then the consultant split. The manager trying to get
Oh
a split
yeah,
was guilty for greedy. Guilty for
guilty
greed.
100%.
Yeah.
And if you have just tuned in, by the way, don't worry, you can go and watch it back. So this will now sit on our YouTube channel. You can go and watch it. It'll be there for you.
Yeah.
What is the what shall I actually? What is our Google Cozy email? I'm going to check it in the chat.
Oh, now you're putting me under
Cozy
pressure.
Show.
Cozy Show at Google. Cozy Show.
Do you know what? It's actually in. If you go onto the YouTube channel main page, I've put it in there as our contact details, so you'll find it in there. But are we saying court is adjourned?
I think court is adjourned for now. Nice to get the first one out of the way. Looking forward to next month already.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. And thank you everybody for watching. We've got episode 1 of season 2, which should be out not next Friday, the Friday after, isn't it?
Yeah, a couple of weeks, I reckon, yeah.
So we've already recorded it. It was so much fun. So that's done. And then we've got a special video coming out on the channel a week today, which is the 10 things we're going to leave behind in 2025. So keep an eye out for that, because that'll be literally going live. I think it's even 12:30. So literally a week today.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, court is adjourned. Should I do one last gong?
Yes, please.
We're done. Thanks
Done.
for watching, everyone, and we'll
Yeah.
see you in a month.
Have a good weekend.